you look at something like I don't know if you've ever read Cervantes' Don Quixote. Quixote, probably a few hundred years earlier, would have probably been a poem, but you see the way the humor is used. Humor was almost never used in poetry. In fact, before Cervantes and before Shakespeare, um, uh, everything was dramatic. So I think there's just a cultural hangover that that a lot of people had this idea that they are somehow separate, which technically they are, but also that if you look at someone like Sylvia Plath, she was someone who was writing about the way, I mean, she was in a sense manifesting part of her brain's dysfunction in her poetry, and she could only do this in sustained little bursts, which would be these sort of violent little outbursts. If you ever see films from 1960s television shows when psychedelic bands would be playing, you'd see little splotches on the TV screen, like lava lamps and little flowers going around. This is the way a poet like Plath would see things. Imagine a mirror being cracked. There's Plath looking at the 20 or 30 images of herself in the cracked pieces. If you look at The Bell Jar, which is a horrendous novel, it's
It
bad,
is.
bad,
It's
bad, bad.
abominable.
Uh, people say Sylvia Plath, novelist and poet. No, she was a poet. She wasn't a novelist. Yes, she wrote a terrible novel. Writing a terrible novel doesn't make one a novelist. Just like Jessica has always said, walking down your driveway to get the mail from your mailbox doesn't make you an athlete. That's about the same kind of level of comparison. Um, uh, but she couldn't sustain things.